Joining us now is Kash Patel's former deputy FBI director and also former Secret Service himself. Our friend Dan Bongino is with us. Dan, I have nothing, as you know, nothing but the utmost respect for guys. We saw this on Saturday night. They race to where the trouble is. They're willing to take a bullet for the president and all the cabinet officials. Those guys on the ground, I don't have enough praise for what they do. However, when you look at the three instances that I've been discussing, be it Butler, be it Trump International, or be it on Saturday night, there seems to be a lack of sweeping, securing after you sweep, and the perimeter did not seem big enough. And this seems to be a common trait in all three examples. I'm not being critical. I'm just being analytical here. And something, in my mind, has to change. I know when I go, and you've been to RNC conventions and DNC conventions, you know, sometimes you're a half mile and you've got 3 stops before you can even think about getting in the building. That was not the case Saturday night, not the case in Butler, not the case at Trump International.
Yeah, Sean, I think with the pretty thorough after-action review that's going to happen on this, I think that's going to be one of the things Secret Service and Director Kern's going to have to analyze going forward. Here's the problem, and I tried to describe it earlier in the day to some folks about expanding the perimeter. And I agree with you that we're going to have to do that middle perimeter. If you envision the inner box within a box as everyone within kind of arm's reach of the president, meaning you can go up to bike rack and shake his hand and a rope line, you may be on the stage with him. The middle perimeter you see is the magnetometer checkpoint. The outer perimeter is where you're doing general surveillance, but everyone's still dirty, meaning they could have a weapon or a knife. They haven't passed the mag yet. Envision those 3 areas. The problem that I see immediately with the event here was there may have been a compressed middle perimeter here. And the issue you have is envision the middle perimeter like a big, huge fishbowl. You just start piling people in. You know, you can see people inside the fishbowl. It's glass, just like you can see through the magnetometer. However, there's a barrier in between you, that magnetometer, correct? And the more people you pile inside the fishbowl require assets to sweep them before they go in the fishbowl clean. Magnetometer assets, you know, you have to bring the mags, you have to staff them with uniform division folks. The Secret Service is going to need, in my humble opinion, a major resource plus up. They just do. They're struggling for personnel like a lot of federal agencies on the law enforcement side are. They're just struggling for folks right now. And I think it's just a manpower issue. But I agree, we have to fix it. This is a zero fail mission.
Is there anything you disagree with? That you have to move the perimeter out. In this case, I would move it probably even outside the hotel. The idea that not every crevice and corner of that hotel was not swept is startling to me, meaning guests could walk in, have guns with them, nobody would know. They come down the elevator, they're in the lobby, and we saw what happened in that moment.
Yeah, well, again, I'm just giving explanations. I'm not making excuses for anybody. There'll be an after-action review. They'll get all the details on this. I'm just telling you, like, the way this works and the reason they think they didn't do this, and it turned out in this case to not have ended very well with this guy storming the magnetometer checkpoint, is whatever you are going to sweep, you have to post first and then you have to hold. So to sweep an entire hotel with 1,100 rooms, again, folks, it's just an explanation. You do with it what you will. You have to hold that. You can't just sweep it and walk away. I think you kind of alluded to that earlier in the show. I was listening. Once I sweep a floor in a hotel, you can't just sweep it and walk away. Someone could just, yeah, all right, if you don't hold it, you just wasted your time. And given the fact that the Secret Service is dealing with pretty dramatic manpower constraints right now, I think they're kind of just, robbing Peter to pay Paul a little bit, and they're trying to get by with a president who's very accessible. I mean, Sean, the president is out there. He's not going to stop traveling. He's not afraid. He's going to go out there and shake hands. He's not scared of any of this stuff, and that accessibility comes with a trade-off. Well, I got to address one thing, though.
Yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I want to ask
you addressed earlier Hakeem Jeffries talking about this civility thing. Listen, Hakeem, we're not asking for civility, guy. We're just asking that your Democrats just stop trying to shoot President Trump, okay? We're not, forget civility. We don't give a damn if you're nice and if you write respectfully at the end of your emails. Just please stop trying to shoot the president. Like, can we just agree on that, Mr. Jeffries? I'm sorry, I just had to address. I was a little annoyed when I heard that.
You're always free to go on as long as you want. We don't care. We always love what you say. If we're going to sweep, secure, and hold, as you say, and we don't have the manpower, it's 1,100 rooms. I don't know what the capacity of that hotel is. Okay, let's say that's all true. They don't have the manpower. Doesn't that mean then the decision has to be made? The event can't be held there.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of decisions that are going to have to be altered in the future when it comes to. I mean, listen, this is the most threatened man on earth. Can we just all agree at this point? There's no close second here either. The man has survived multiple attempts on his life, and there's probably others out there that were stopped and mitigated we don't even know about. However, he is going to travel. He's just not afraid. He's not. He's going to go out there and he's going to do his thing. He's going to go out and give rallies, and he's going to go out there in the midterms. They are going to need a lot of help. They're going to need private sector help as well. You know, I'd like to see what the hotel, I'm not indicting the hotel. I have not seen what the hotel did. I'm sure they had security. However, we're going to need some help from private sector partners that if we do an event at your place, you know, you may have to bring in a couple days in advance some private sector folks to give a little bit of an extra eyeball. Extra eyeballs can't possibly hurt. They can only help.
Yeah, I did speak with him when he was in the whole room only a couple of minutes after this all went down, and he was fighting to go back out. He wanted to go back out.
Sean, he's not fazed by any of this.
No,
I talked to him like a day after he was shot in the ear, and he mentioned it for like 10 seconds and moved on like nothing had even happened. He is not afraid of this stuff at all. So we better get the Secret Service the resources to be able to secure his life.
All right, by the way, Dan Bongino will be on my podcast. We drop it tomorrow morning, 10 Eastern. Just type in hanging out with me, Sean Hannity. We spent a lot of time talking about a lot of issues. All right, thanks for watching. Check out my new podcast, Hanging Out with Me, Sean Hannity. The big interviews, the debates you won't get anywhere else. Like and subscribe for new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday.